And welcome back, boys. And today we are here with another YouTube video. I know it's been a couple weeks. I was putting together a doubles mini scheme. I had the video ready. EA was coming out with the patch, so I was kind of waiting to see what was going on with the patch notes because that was gonna kind of determine if the scheme was gonna be good, if I was gonna have to change things. And well, unfortunately, it changed a lot. So if you guys didn't know, they actually patched my goal line fade from anywhere video. I didn't see a lot of people running it. I mean, they must have knew about it, so they patched it. So that kind of ruined some of the things of the gun double. So I kind of had to dive back into it a little bit. And there's just a lot to go over with gun doubles. I was finding myself making the video. It was getting to the hour mark, over the hour mark. So, and no one wants to watch one video for an hour. You lose attention span. So I figured what I'm going to do is kind of break down the double scheme in separate videos. So like in this video today, we're going to go over Redzone and the doubles Y flex. The next video is going to be gun doubles, when you're moving up the field, stuff of that nature. And so you can kind of separate them, watch them in different spans, and kind of put together the scheme. It's going to be smoother this way. So also, if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Help support the boy. We just got over 200 subscribers the other day. We've only been doing videos for 2 months. So I'm very proud in the direction we're going. As well as, if you guys have already subscribed, remember, like and comment these videos. The comments are huge for us because the comments, even if it's just an emoji or FTA for the algorithm, it helps push these videos into other people's suggestions, and gets these videos out there. And again, I'm only going to be putting out these fire tips, and these fire tips are going to be a lot of things you probably don't see online. So these are going to be things a lot of people don't know how to stop. So with that being said, our next goal is the 500, and then our main goal, not really our main goal, but the goal when we started this channel from the first month is at least to get to 1K, because then that's the grind. That is the real grind, and when things start to get real serious is when we get to 1K, when we start working towards partner. So with that being said as well, we're going to dive into red zone offense. This is something I like to lab. First thing, I lab every new Madden, but you always want to lab and consistently lab red zone offense because things can get crazy down in the red zone. And if you can't score in the red zone, you're not going to win a lot of games. You're going to win a lot more games if you're almost automatic in the red zone, right? Because you're going to find yourself, especially as you get higher into the competitive level, you're going to find yourself in the red zone a lot. So gun doubles Y flex is something I like this year. It's almost like spread. And we're in the Lions playbook, but this is in multiple playbooks. My hot routes are going to be Y sail, inside zone, and four verts are the main things we're going to go over. So let's just come out in Y sail, and let's just come out in like cover one man. So this is just generic cover one man. So the first thing I like to do, if they're just in generic cover one man and they're not pressing, or just really any, man-to-man coverage and they're not pressing, I like to motion this A route over, and I like to drag or slant this B route. Really, you're just trying to clear out that open field over there. The first thing we're going to look at is Y, if Y gets bagged or not, because Y is the main thing you want to look for, because if Y does not get bagged, you just throw it to Y. But if Y gets bagged, we're going to throw it to A here. So let's just run the play. Y is getting bagged. Boom. You just throw it to the A route. And I kind of threw it just a tad late. You want to kind of throw that a little sooner. So people don't get knockout abilities to affect on you. But again, what you got to remember too is I'm using K. Dotton, not a very great tight end, like 74 overall. Very bad, not great route running, and not the fastest, right? 81 speed. So obviously your MUT tight ends or whatever tight end you're using, and for any circumstances, is probably better than K. Dotton. But that's what makes this play crazier is K. Dotton's doing this. Your guys' players are going to do this as well. So like I said, Y is getting bagged, so we're not throwing it to Y. The whole sole purpose of B is to clear this area out over here. So if you throw it to A, if they're usering A, most of the time users aren't going all the way across the field. And as soon as he leaves you, you have all this open area. And we're putting our running back on a route because if you don't, this linebacker will go into a zone and you're going to have to wait even longer to throw it. And we want to throw this fast because pockets can collapse quick. So, and what you're going to see here is with Kate Otten is he's going to route this dude every single time with this route. And this corner is going to get right behind him every single time. And this safety is getting pulled from this receiver right here, right? This receiver right here with this corner, so the safety's kind of getting pulled. So as soon as he breaks, like boom, like that, that's probably when I should have thrown it. All right, well, yeah, I'm already starting to throw it, but I should have thrown it a little sooner. Because you want to possession catch this, and you want to possession catch this in free form if you have to, because the sole purpose is you don't want this corner to touch you at all in case he has a knockout ability. But, I mean, if he doesn't, you're going to catch this anyways. So that's a great play I like to run as well. Obviously, you know, people start to catch on to it. This one's going to take, you're going to see, this one's going to take, just run this play generic. And I didn't even do it that great right there. But basically, this one's going to take a lot of practice. You're going to go to practice mode. This is going to take a lot of practice, and this is a lot of timing as well. So basically what you're going to do with this is if you run it generic, you know, it's going to catch people a little off guard because our main thing is, you know, you're motioning Kate Otten over, you're leaving them generic. You might even just quick hike this and throw this play so people can't do adjustments. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to see Mike Evans here, right? You're going to see Mike Evans. CPU's running this route for us pretty much almost every single time, right? He's running this route for us. So how do we make the CPU not run the route for us? You high point, freeform, back shoulder. When you high point, freeform, back shoulder, what you're going to see here is this corner has to completely come to a complete stop from running over here. And since he's running this route for you, you know, there's already this much separation from you guys, especially as soon as you cut. You freeform this back shoulder. Like, look where this corner is. And this is every single time, especially once you get the timing route. This isn't even the animation I get normally. I threw this a little late. You throw this a little quicker, you know, you're going to get great animations. But this, like, look at this corner. He's not going to ever knock this ball out. It's uncontested every single time. As long as you freeform, high point, this is back shoulder. Like this is every single time in man coverage. It's just going to be unguardable. So you do something like that's literally going to be unguardable, right? And again, this is going to be when they're not pressing. So when they are pressing, you know, if you run this play generic just like this, again, we're looking for this Y route. But really, if this Y route doesn't get open, you can really just hit X as soon as he cuts. So when they press you, it doesn't really matter because what ends up happening is just as soon as they press you, your receiver is always going to get this inside positioning. So once you get this inside positioning, as soon as he cuts, you're going to have this pocket. I might have threw it just a tad, you know, quick. Could have waited a second, but I also possession caught this. You know, kind of read the corner as well. You know, you got to be able to read the corner. I possession caught this. He still caught it. That was still kind of tight because you see Madden, you know, you're morphing in front. If you got to freeform this down and aggressive catch it because that's going to work as well. But see, Y is not getting open, and I forgot to press because I was wanted to demonstrate the same exact thing I just did. There we go. So, all right, let's press. So you press, inside position. So freeform it, boom, every single time. Every single time in man-to-man coverage. That's two different ways you can beat man. Another way is just running 4 verts, right? And just run 4 verts generic if they don't press you. And what you're going to see is Y gets a little bit of a glitchy route. I'm just going to hit RB as a check down because I almost got sacked. Sometimes Y gets a glitchy route, and if he doesn't get it, you can almost freeform your own comeback route. So sometimes Y, I forgot the audible to 4 verts. Sometimes Y gets this glitchy route like this, and he just runs right by the corner every single time in 4 verts if they don't press you. If they don't press you every single time, about 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, this dude gets that glitchy route and just runs right by the corner since he's not getting pressed. Sometimes he will get pressed, but if not, he's wide open every single time. Every single time if they don't press. I want to see if we can get one where he does kind of push them. He doesn't. But sometimes you can just kind of freeform your own comeback route. So that's what I wanted to demonstrate. If that Y route gets pushed, which does happen sometimes, if this Y route gets pushed, you can literally wait right when Mike Evans turns like this, because this corner is going to turn behind him. Just freeform this down and away from the corner, because you're just going to have body positioning every single time in that man-to-man coverage for 4 verts. Obviously, if they press you, you run 4 verts. There's a couple different things you can do here. It's not going to be ideal. It can get a little tricky. Man pressing kind of sucks for this, but you can kind of just freeform it like that. Especially if you got a tall receiver. Kind of back shoulder free throw, freeform throw when they press you in 4 verts. But also, this A route is the other thing. Shoot, that's not what I meant to do. I was thinking ahead of myself, my fault. So if you come out in 4 verts and they press you like this, you could still kind of get one of these every single time. Like I said, every single time when they press you. So there's just so much you can do. Obviously, the next thing we're gonna look at as well, that's 4 verts and Y sail and man-to-man backed off coverage and man-to-man press. If they're in zone, doesn't matter what zone, cover 3, cover 2, cover 6, cover 4, I don't care what zone they're in. You can run either play. This is actually really good against zone. We're just going to look at cover 3. You're going to see this whip route. That's terrible. Normally, he got pushed. But, yeah, I want to demonstrate this whip route. But when I do come out in Y sail, every single time I streak A and just leave Y on his whip route. And also, again, when we're running this red zone, we're inside the 15, 10-yard line. And as you get closer, these plays open up even more. That's what's crazy. We're just demonstrating this from the 10-yard line. The reason why I streak A is because you can actually get, if I don't get sacked, X is going to get wide open in this pocket. You're going to see, because we're streaking A, X is mad open in that pocket right there because we're pulling the safety away from him. Also, you can just run 4 verts against cover 3 or any zone as well. Like I said, this works the same in all the zones. You can just run 4 verts for real and just kind of, that was bad. That was my fault, actually. When you run 4 verts, you really could just want to motion RB out here too. And I normally just slant them. You can drag them or slant them. It don't matter. We'll just drag them for this purpose. And you're really just trying to throw, if I get a better throw, probably should freeform it to get a better one. But I'm trying to demonstrate not having to freeform it because not everybody freeforms. Dude, there we go. So when you drag them, what you're going to see, like in cover 3, even cover 2, it's going to pull these dudes down towards this drag. And you can literally just high point in this pocket right here like that. It's going to be open every single time, obviously. And you got to remember, too, is users are going to be using that safety or these linebackers. So it might even be even more open. Just kind of read the defense as well. And this Y route is going to be open as well. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to put him on a Texas route because I wanted to demonstrate, you don't even have to do all that, how to mix it up. You can just put him on a Texas route as well because it's just going to spread out these zones when you're within 10 yards. And honestly, I might even just respot this ball just to kind of demonstrate. This is from 10 yards. This offense still works from, let's say, even 5 yards, right? Like, this offense is going to work no matter where you are inside the 10 or 15. Let's just run 4 verts. Honestly, this stuff just, that was bad. I ran the wrong play. 4 verts, this stuff just opens up even more. Like, you can just hit this check down to RB, or even if you don't want to hit the check down to RB, what I do is, because sometimes, like I said, this stuff gets a little tight down here in the red zone. And this is just Y sail, just streaking A. These zones are just going to react to the running back, and you just hit a high point throw right to the tight end. Never getting pushed, nothing contested. And again, Y sail. Sometimes this Y route kind of works really, really good. I mean, you can wait for them. I don't know why. I'm telling you, when you get in a game, this Y route's way more open than what it's looking like in practice mode. I'm not sure what's going on in practice, but you're going to see this X route's going to get to the back of the end zone here, and he's going to be open every single time in cover 3 zone, cover 2, don't matter what zone. He's going to be open every single time. And again, run plays, you can run the ball. Like, that's the only reason why I set these audibles. Again, quick base or inside zone, it's going to be preference. But these are really the only plays I run in the red zone, and it's mostly Y sails, always the first one, and I always mostly just streak this guy. Other things you can do too if you're not getting the separation you want, especially and it depends on hash marks too. I'm just showing this from the middle. Zones work different on different hash marks and the openings, but you can kind of spread out A when you're on the middle or right hash mark here, because he's gonna get that bump, dude. And this linebacker is just playing the most amazing freaking defense of all time in cover 3. I don't get it, but you're gonna see when people are going to user these linebackers, safeties, whatever. They're going to user these guys here, and this is just going to get open every single time, especially for verts, because there's just nothing to guard these guys for streaks, right? So it's just a money. So thanks for watching, guys. Wanted to keep it short and sweet. Again, if you guys have questions, hit me up in the comment sections. Watch the videos, help support. I appreciate it. Everything. Peace.